Introducing the all-new RANE ONE. Could this be the best Serato DJ controller ever released? Let's find out some more. What's up everyone, Jamie Hartley here from Crossfader, and I'm super pumped today to bring you the demo and review of the new RANE ONE Serato DJ controller. This controller features 7-inch motorized platters. It's got the paddle effects, which all battle DJs are now used to, high quality performance pads, one of the smoothest crossfaders I have ever felt on a DJ controller, and not to mention the thing is built like a tank. It is the best build quality I have ever seen in a DJ controller. In this video, I'm going to break down all the features, show you around this unit, and give some of my opinions at the end. So without further ado, let's get stuck in. The first thing we're drawn to on the RANE ONE is these 7-inch motorized platters. These really feel like turntables. And just to let you know, we've got a quick release mechanism here on the acetate vinyl. It feels like an actual vinyl because the grooves printed on here, so you've got some texture to feel there when you're scratching. Underneath we've got a slip mat. These aren't the best slip mats available. You might want to replace these, but they're easily replaceable, as you can see. And then this is a die cast platter that we can just pull off like this. Really heavy, really robust, and it's the first time we've seen such a build with moving platters on a DJ controller. The platters also have a torque adjust across the back. We've got high and low torque, so you can change how they feel and respond when you're scratching or beat juggling. You'll also notice we've got markers here at the 12 o'clock position and the theoretical needle position. These are there for any scratch DJs so that they can line up the scratch sound, whether they want it at 12 o'clock or where the needle would be. These are really useful when it comes to beat juggling and for scratching. When reading that the platters were 7-inch before seeing it, I thought they might be a bit too small compared to 12-inch vinyl when you're used to scratching. But honestly, after 5 minutes, I felt right at home on these platters, so don't worry about that. You can navigate on the hardware itself, so we can use the pot here to scroll up and down a playlist. We can click the button underneath to go back to all of our playlists, and then click in with the pot to go in that playlist as well. When you found a track that you want to load, you can literally just find it and click the scroll and load button. You've also got a needle search, so you can basically scrub through the track and you've got a progress meter here with these LEDs. This is really useful for previewing the track before playing it out loud. Reminiscent of turntables, the RANE ONE features a start-stop plunge button. This feels really nice, just like a turntable, and it's so nice to see that featured on a DJ controller. If you're used to a standard controller that has a Q button, then don't worry, they've also added this in here as well. So we've got a Q button there to set the cue point, if you want to jump to and from the cue point in a track. This is nice because it hits both markets. If you're a straight up turntablist, you'll be used to just start and stop and scrolling the record back and forth. If you come from a standard controller, you've got your Q button there as well. Also, you've got the stop time. So you can make it respond like a normal turntable by turning off the power of a turntable. It will come to a halt very slowly. And you can do the same thing here on this controller by making the stop time much longer. We can move it around to the left and we get a nice short stop time. You'll also notice within the transport controls we have a sync feature if you want to sync the tracks together. The button is just here above start and stop. Here we have a nice large tempo adjust. It's got a click in the middle, so if anyone's used the old Technics SL1200s, SL1210s, it feels like that with the click in the middle. And just be aware that either side of that click, not much action happens. So you've got to move it a bit of a way to kind of get the tempo to kick in. It's still really intuitive control and it feels really nice under the finger. And we've also got a range for the tempo, so we can change it from plus or minus 8% to 16% faster and slower to 50% faster and slower. And you'll see that obviously the platter responds in the same way too. Underneath range with the shift function, we've got key lock to turn the pitch key lock on or off. We have an abundance of performance controls here on the RANE ONE. So we've got the RGB performance pads. These are rubber pads. They're really tactile. They're from the Akai range. Now, The actual pad modes above are also rubber. One thing I would have liked to have seen is to have these as a plastic button, just like the range button here. It's got a click to it, which I feel is much nicer for changing pad modes, but this is such a minor thing. I just wanted to bring that up, but they still feel great under the touch of the finger. Now the first mode is hot cue, so we can jump around different parts of the track. Next mode we have saved loops, so we can activate loops and deactivate them or jump to a loop that's active. Next mode we have the roll mode, so we can roll parts of the track, and we've got parameters to make the rolls tighter. You'll notice I've got beat jump active underneath. That's done in the Serato DJ software settings, so I can beat jump through the song and change the parameter length. Next we have a sampler, which is Serato's sampler. After that we have slicer, so we can roll parts of the track and change the roll length. Now some of these modes have secondary modes underneath, so all we need to do is just tap it again. So tap hot cue again, and now we're in pitch play mode. You'll have to install the Serato Pitch and Time expansion pack, and then this pitch play mode, you can pitch up a hot cue, up and down, and you can choose different parameters here. Underneath saved loop, we've got an extra mode here. There's nothing mapped to it currently, but you could use that mode to map something to it yourself. Underneath roll, we have auto loop. And then underneath sampler, we have Serato's new scratch bank feature. So we can load different tracks into the scratch bank and just with the hit of a pad, load them straight into the deck at the desired cue point. Underneath the slicer is just slicer loop. This will lock the slicer in position so you can just mess around with that looped section. Another really nice feature is the fact that we've got dedicated loop controls. We've got the loop on and off and the half and 2 times, as well as some shift functions such as reloop and adjust the loop in and out buttons here. This is really nice to see a dedicated section of the controller to looping, because it's a big thing in Serato is to be able to activate loops in this way, and I think it's definitely a massive pro to this unit. The last of the performance modes, we have slip mode activated here, where the track will continue playing no matter what we do. And we also have a sensor button, which is a temporary reverse. Underneath slip mode, you can decide to turn the motor off and the track will keep playing. You just use it to nudge the track slower and faster. This is almost like a CDJ mode or a controller mode, so it responds like a normal jog wheel on a controller or CDJ. But if you're getting this controller, I'm guessing you're going to want to keep the motor on. As you can see, we have a full scope of professional I/O with both master and booth XLR outputs. The master also has an RCA output, plus you have the option of plugging in media players or turntables and using the internal sound card. There is also an aux, which can be controlled on the front of the unit, plus 2 combo mic inputs. Lastly, there are 2 USB ports for easy changeover between DJs and a torque switch for the Platters. The front of the unit has both deck and crossfader contour controls, all with reverse switches. There is a 1/4 and 1/8 inch headphone output with Q-Mix and split Q controls, a really nice touch. You can also control both microphone inputs along the front with the option to switch mic 2 to the aux input. Each have 2 band EQ control. However, one downside I see is how small the on-off switch is for the mic. I would recommend getting a microphone which has a switch on it if you're planning to use a mic with this unit. Moving to the mixer section of the RANE ONE. Here we have gain controls and a 3-band EQ with total kill. There's a filter sweep here for low pass and high pass filter, which sounds really clean and really nice. You've got a booth level control and a master level control here in the center, with assignable switches at the top to switch between computer A, computer B, or even your line or phono source if you want to plug external CDJs or turntables into this unit. Underneath that, we have the effects control. So the effects are paddle style effects. These feel really nice, really intuitive. Any battle DJs will be familiar with these. If you're not, these are definitely the way to go when it comes to applying effects in a routine scenario. As you can see, if we pull the paddle down, it's a latch effect, so it flashes to say it's active, but when we let go, it won't be active anymore. If we turn an effect on in Serato, let me just show them up. You can see we've got echo loaded here. You can change the depth, the beat fraction, and then apply the effect. We can lock the effect on by flicking it up and it will stay on. We can also apply two effects at the same time. Just hold one effect, then the other. And apply two at the same time. You can apply more than two if you desire, up to 3 effects at once. Obviously there's 3 effects in bank 1 and 3 effects in bank 2. So you can get really creative with multiple effects within Serato. Please note these are the Serato effects. It doesn't have internal inbuilt effects. It just controls Serato's effects. The up faders have basically deck contour control. So as we bring the fader up, we can change on the front whether it is a fast action or a slow volume control. These can also be reversed as well. So we can have silence at the top and bring the volume to the opposite way. Some of these features are really useful for battle DJs and scratch DJs out there. And lastly, one of the smoothest and nicest feeling crossfaders I've ever felt on the market. This is the Mag 4 tension adjustable crossfader. It feels super smooth and super light. Obviously, we have the contour adjust on the front of the unit, so we can have a slow fade or a fast fade for cutting. You can reverse the crossfader on the front as well, so it's in hamster mode. And there is tension adjust, but you have to take this front panel off the front of the unit and you've got to adjust the tension underneath the hood there. Honestly, this crossfader feels amazing for scratching. It's really smooth, really tight. And if you want to do some more customization, Serato have now added a cutting option in Serato's preferences. So there you have it. Now, the first thing I want to say is I came from a turntable background and moved on to controllers. If I were to write a dream list of everything I would want to see in a controller, I think RANE have just hit the nail on the head. For me, this is my favorite controller ever released. And that's a big thing to say. This is the first time a product has come along that has ticked every single box for me. But obviously, I'm not the same as every other DJ out there. This product is great for any wannabe turntablists, anybody who wants to put routines together and learn how to scratch or beat juggle. This is now the ultimate product and DJ controller for that. If you don't want to spend as much as something like a RANE 72 and getting some RANE 12s, then this is the perfect option. Coming in at $1,499, this is a really, really good price point because anybody that knows RANE knows how good the build quality is. This thing is going to last you a lifetime because it's built like a tank, and there is a lot to say for that. It's also portable enough that you can take this to mobile gigs, you can take this to your gigs, and it can live nice comfortably in your bedroom. It's a really adaptable unit that you can really adapt to your different environments, and it becomes just your go-to DJ setup. I can 100% recommend this as an upgrade for any Serato DJs out there that want to get into scratching or turntablism. I definitely think this is now the new flagship Serato DJ controller, and that's not just my opinion. Everyone else in the Crossfader office here have all fallen in love with this unit as well, to the point where everyone is thinking about buying their own and not just having the one that we've got right here in the studio. Another shout out to RANE as well, because when we first got this unit about a month ago, there were a few things that we weren't too happy with, like the pads weren't bright enough and the slip mats we weren't too keen on because of the printing on them. And we reached out to RANE and they fixed those things straight away. They listened to the feedback and they fixed them before the release, which I'm super pumped about. And it just makes sure that what I'm delivering today, you can believe that this is one of my favorite DJ controllers of all time. I can see this doing really well in the marketplace. I want to know your thoughts in the comments below. If you've got any questions, what you think about this unit, drop them in the comments below. As always, remember to hit that thumbs up icon, hit the bell icon to get updated about more videos and reviews just like this. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in another DJ tip, trick, or review very soon.